How to add wine to the system and create a technical sheet. After you have signed up to WorldWineList, you can add wines to the platform. However, before that, you'll want to make sure they're not already listed. For example, let's say we want to add a red wine from the French winery Château Capion, the product being Domaine de Capion Rouge 2018. Firstly, we go to the wine section of the database and enter the trading name of the company in the search query. As there are already different Château Capion wines on WorldWineList, we'll need to check if the product we want to add is already there. Well, there's a white wine called Domaine de Capion Blanc 2019, but not the red 2018 vintage. We can also check if Domaine de Capion as a brand name is on the system. Yes, it is. But to add the Domaine de Capion Rouge 2018, we'll need to click on the Add New Brand button. Then the system will automatically check the official brand registration as well as who registered it, and check whether the brand is already on the system. WorldWineList does not prohibit the use of unregistered brands or brands registered by other owners. However, it should be acknowledged that when producing wines under someone else's brand, the brand owner has the right to make claims against you. You should not invest effort in promoting a brand that does not belong to you. Now we can add the wine. To create a full technical sheet, however, you'll need to complete several sections. The identification section is the most important, so the system can differentiate one wine from another. Please note, you won't be able to change any data once you have added it to create the wine's ID. Therefore, do be careful when filling in this section. To speed things up, you can fill in data using the system's prompts. Also, it's worth paying attention to the additional name field. It's not always necessary to add something here, but there are some cases, as in the following examples, when it's impossible to leave this field blank. For example, 1. Under the brand Les Fantasies de Capion, red, white, and rosé wines are produced with additional names: Coup de Cœur, Coup de Foudre, and Coup de Folie. Here, Les Fantasies de Capion is a brand, and Coup de Cœur is an additional name. 2. The winery produces still white wines of the same vintage that differ from each other only in their varietal composition. If you do not specify this information, the system won't be able to distinguish one wine from another and will not allow you to save the second wine since it will identify it as identical to the first. So, to summarize, Wine ID you add in the identification section helps WorldWineList differentiate one wine from another. If the basic data you have filled in isn't enough to identify the wine, please fill in the additional name field. Then, click the Confirm button and check. If you notice an error, you can go back and make corrections. But after you click the Confirm button again, it will be impossible to change the data. In case of an error, the wine will have to be voided and you'll have to redo the technical sheet. For the wine to be on the system, it's enough to fill in the identification data. However, to create a technical sheet, you'll need to fill in the rest of the sections. It's not necessary to fill in all the fields, but the more information you add, the more useful your technical sheet or sheets will be to others. And remember, to speed things up, you can fill in data using the system's prompts. In the packaging section, you can add a bottle shot image and images of the labels. Do note the formats images can be uploaded in. The bottle shot should also be on a white or transparent background. The final section will allow you to create technical sheets in different languages. The tech sheet is designed so that all the information fits on one page, to be concise, and to look professional. The minimum number of characters for a text sheet is 100. The maximum is 1000. As you fill in the information in each field, the word count will show you how many free characters are left. Do note the awards section. If the wine has an accolade, it's great to include this information in the text sheet. Even if you haven't entered your wine in competitions, or it doesn't have scores, if you have a well-known wine critic or sommelier who's reviewed it, or your wine has been included in a wine guide, feel free to specify this information here. It'll add interest to a potential buyer in just 1 or 2 sentences. The award section is at the bottom of the text sheet, and the maximum number of characters is 220. Congratulations, your text sheet created. Now you can copy the link or save it in PDF format, ready to send to your buyers. If you use technical sheets as printed products, your buyers or partners will be able to quickly and easily find your details on WorldWineList using a QR code. In general, this is all you need to know about adding wines to the system. If you have any difficulties, do use the feedback form or write to us in the chat. We'll be glad to help. Thank you for watching this video. Here's to creating attractive and informative text sheets on WorldWineList.